Okay, we're gonna do some testing here, but at the end, Stuart, we are very thankful that you want to share your experience about traveling to Cancun. And actually, this is a very important aspect for many patients who are on the fence of doing this, and hearing it firsthand from somebody who went through the process. It's very important, no? So maybe we can start off by you telling your name and where you're from and what did you have done.
My name is Stuart Thompson. I'm from Parsons, Kansas. I live in Parsons, Kansas and Wichita, Kansas.
Okay. And the main purpose of your traveling to Cancun medically was, what was the problem?
A right hip replacement.
Okay. What was the aspect that made you look into Mexico as an option for this?
Well, in America, insurance is outrageous. Medical prices are outrageous. And down here, it was much more reasonable. And for good service and, getting the same thing here as in America, where it's just, like I said, horribly unaffordable.
It's a circumstance that, of course, we are aware that this is a situation that a lot of millions of patients are going through. So we are actually wanting to learn a little bit more. Okay, this situation of having a problem to solve, little solutions. You come to Mexico and you find, I assume initially, multiple options, or was this a recommendation? Dr. Arjona, tell us a little bit about him. That was the main surgeon who was in charge of performing your procedure.
He was really good. He explained everything very well. They were very, very thorough on all my checkups. I'm 63 years old. Not in the best health, so they were very thorough about checking all my vital statistics and everything else. And the doctor had a very, very good bedside manner. He wasn't obtuse or callous like sometimes doctors can be. He was very personable, and he was really, really like I said, very, very friendly and. Great to work with. And
that's part of what we, of course, want people to learn more about, the quality of physicians and specialists we have here. He's a true master inside the OR. The equipment, the technologies, the advancements that he proposes are always at the forefront. But getting from Kansas to Cancun, I assume, has its challenges. How did you connect it with him? What was your main challenge of connection with Dr. Arjona?
Well, my wife is very good, or better, on the internet, and she Googled it, and she picked the two, what they said was the two top doctors in Mexico. And we were talking to both of them, and anyway, we decided to go with him for several different reasons, but one was a funny one. The other doctor's office lost all my records and gave it to another patient, so that helped out.
Okay, that narrowed the decision.
But no, he didn't make any mistakes like the other place did from the beginning, and so it was very smooth. I have one son that lives in Denver, and so he made all the arrangements for flights and this apartment we're in right now and stuff. So I had a lot of help from my wife and son, because I'm pretty helpless on some things. But anyway, we flew down from Denver, and everything was very, very smooth. I mean, just...
No, and well, we appreciate, we know that this is a really intense stage, because you're going to the solution, but there's many things that you still don't understand very well. So having the support of your family, I think it's key on this aspect. And also, once you start receiving, like you said, the coordination of the doctor, making sure that there wasn't a lot of there wasn't mistakes, and the process was following up. You arrive into Cancun. Tell us a little bit about your sentiment, your emotions when you were landing in here, physical pain in present, and a potential solution right around the corner.
Well, we had help from the doctor's office. They were waiting for us at the airport for transportation. Brought us right here to my apartment. It was all, like I said, a very smooth transaction. Anyway, the doctor's staff was just right on top of everything, just everything in a line, in a row. Made things very, very easy. I can't imagine I can't speak Spanish.
Okay.
And I'm no good on a computer, and everything is a computer now. And they took care of practically everything. All my transportation back and forth between all the pre-operative things that I had to do, back and forth, but they took care of all of it. And then, we just had a very good experience there, because I can't imagine trying to get taxis or Ubers or the bus.
So everything was handled for you. At the end, from the pre-op stage, the procedure itself, tell us a little bit about your encounter with the hospital. Was it like the facilities? What did you find about them? Did you seem concerned about what you saw at MediMed Hospital?
Not at all. Everything was very nice, very nice. It was very professional, as professional as anything I've seen in America. In some regards, even better. Anyway, everything was quite good, very good.
And then normally, when patients tells us that most of the time they're thinking all the way to the day of the surgery, and it's hard to imagine what the days afters are gonna be, including everything that you have to go through as a patient. Why don't you, if in your own words, let us know what was a typical day here after the surgery? You discharged, you had your own condo here for a few days, a couple of weeks, but in terms of the team and what was a typical day about your recovery process?
Let me start first. When I got out of surgery, the doctor was there, right there at that time, and also the doctor's staff. He had somebody in both nights at the hospital, stay all night with me, to make sure I was okay and to bring me or get me anything that I needed, all night. And then the hospital staff took over during the day, but the doctor's staff, they stayed, like I said, all night. So there was always somebody with me if I needed any help. And then when I got home or back to the apartment and everything else, of course they brought me here, and I had my son here for another 3 days, and he flew out, my wife flew in, so I had plenty of help. But even then, in between or whatever else, the staff was here every day to check on me, sometimes more than once a day. And also I must say one thing, that the staff went way above the call of duty. I mean, helping my wife and son with logistics and language, just even things that we needed, just little things that we ran out of or ended up needing. The staff, whenever they had time, I mean, one time while I was in the aerobatic chamber, I had 1 hour, and they ran my wife to Walmart during that hour to help out, so they went way above, what they had to do.
It's the idea is to offer according to the standards of Dr. Arjona, according to standards of Pulse Protocol, which is the channel who guide you to Dr. Arjona. Several moving pieces. My Medical Vacations, which is the agency who coordinated everything on behalf of Dr. Arjona, and which we have collaborated for a long time. it's necessary to have all of those things for the patient, but for the peace of mind, the companions, the family, it's also that big emotional support for the patient, but they also need logistics, they also need that support. And we're happy that you perceived it that way, because that was the main idea, that you could focus straight up on the recovery process. You said you had hyperbaric chamber sessions to accelerate the healing process. And I would like to ask you about your personal opinion on the human experience, the human touch, the people that connected with you when you were here.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful. I'll miss them. I'll miss them. So, no, they're like having your brother or sister or son or daughter here. So,
exactly. We want, to ask you that. Like, if you had a buddy in Kansas and they were like hesitating about something like this, what would you straight up tell them?
I'd say don't worry and don't hesitate. Just go for it, because in America, like I said, the medical profession not only is just horribly expensive, but that word I used before, not all of them, but many times the staff are very obtuse. They don't care.
Right.
And stuff. So, it was a very good experience.
It's I'm glad, and we're very happy that right now you are on 2 weeks post-op.
Yes.
Ready to go home tomorrow.
Yes.
Ready to go back to your normal life. You have to make sure that the doctor sees you today to give you the okay for you to go home tomorrow. You leave with all your documents, and of course the communication of Dr. Arjona doesn't stop there. He's going to maintain open, so make sure that he understands how your process is going, just like with every other patient that he takes care of visiting from other countries. So Stuart, we're very thankful that you wanted to share this experience, and we wish you the finalization of your recovery to go the best way possible.
Well, thank you.
And on behalf of all of the team here in Cancun, Dr. Arjona, the Pulse Protocol staff, My Medical Vacations, we're all thankful for choosing the services, trusting Dr. Arjona, and now ready to enjoy the next stage.
Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you, Stuart, very much.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Listo.